Alright people, time for another fish room update. In here we've got the angels. I added a brick and some rocks. Was the sponge filter in there last time? I don't know. I still got the hang on the back up here. I'm planning on taking it off and adding another sponge filter. That's what that box is full of. And get a sponge filter in there, and the 29, get them up and running better, get better decorations in here. Still nothing in the 29, but as you can see, I've hung my little wall just around this small area here of the room. I need to work on the electrical here. It's not too pretty. But I've got this. It was a carport cover, I believe, that was a little damaged, but it worked fine. I stapled it around through there to just create a barrier for now and to help maintain the heat in here. Each of the tanks have heaters in them, so they will be warmer than the room. The barrier here should, in theory, keep more temperature in this little enclosed area rather than let it out into the rest of the basement as quickly. And I'll improve on that, as I go. Alright, let's go down here to this tank. Still needs a background. I've got, yes, overkill on the filters, but the one in the back was the pre-existing one. The one in the front I stuck in there just to start a bacteria culture on it before I move it to another tank. Got the black neons, a little convict there. And it's finnage. It seems to be a male. Maybe as it gets larger it'll color up better, or if I put different substrate or something. Both the cichlids in this tank are kind of washed out. I don't know if it's because of the sand or no background or what it is, but they both don't really have the color on it. The firemouth down hiding in this little cave down there. I still don't have my sink hooked up and the running water down here, so I'm bucketing it right now. It's getting cooler weather and I had been running the hose outside, but cooler weather, I need to figure out the plumbing in here to get that hooked up. But speaking of washed out, the what are these things called? The cribs. I've noticed the cribs aren't as full bright colors as they could be, and they have a background, so it may be the sand washes them out. You can get a little color there. They're looking better today than they have been. I need to clean the glass. I believe I just got maybe 2 or 3 fry remaining from this last spawn, so I'm sure I've said it a million times, next time they spawn I may separate them out. And I'm thinking about planting this tank. Yeah, I would do something different with the substrate, but if the substrate's washing them out, I may need to do something different anyways. But I like the look of cribs in a planted tank, and the planted tank I had upstairs, it kind of all out crashed, I guess. So I'll be taking it down and redoing it, and when I do that I'll probably move it down here. I have snail eggs in it though. You know, of course, whenever I'm looking at taking it down, then I get eggs or something, and I don't know. I may just start over on everything and take it back out and take the eggs out and go from there. Oh, I forgot to mention the lot. I may do a review on these lots. This is very, I'll say redneckified or something like that. But these are the same lots, I believe, that Rachel O'Leary just put in her fish room. I'll have to go back and look at that video to see if she mentions the type, but the brand or whatever. But these I got off Amazon, and they are awesome. They go together just like she was saying in her video. Let's get down here to the end. I can show you. Each 4-foot end has an opening like this. I should really have the plug in there so it's not exposed, because right now those little connectors are live. But each end has that. Yeah, there it is. And so you can get, they come with these plugs here that have that end on both ends, that you can plug one light into another light, or you can go from the light to an electric outlet. Or option number 3, what I've done here, they have a connector where you can connect 2 of the lights basically flush together. And that's what I've done here to get an 8-foot section of lighting. And it's LED light, 6500 Kelvin, so a great color. And to me, that makes the tank, or the tanks, look so much better than that little spot lamp that I had on it, because it was a real yellow color. My plan is to build out a second rack on top and attach this light to that. But for now, I had this board here that, well, these lights come with, let's see if I can show you without blinding you, these little metal connectors here. And they just snap onto this, the light there. So I screwed the connectors, 4 of them, onto that board, snap the light in place, and for now, just have some 550 parachute cord stapled to the board and to the floor joists above. Not pretty, but it gets it done. It gets the job done for now, and it works a lot better. And I actually took this light and plugged it into my remote, so I can power it on and power it off like that. If I put plants in this tank, I would probably put it on a timer, because I'm not always down here a whole lot. But these LEDs put out 2200 lumens, and I know there's a controversy on LEDs and plants and lumens as a rating for how well they do for plants and stuff. But for the research that I've done and from what I've read, until I screw it up, I believe 2200 lumens for this size tank would be very good. And I got it came with a package of 6 of these lights, and I think, let me look it up real quick while I'm talking to you and see exactly what it did cost. I mean, in my opinion, it was extremely cheap. Got them off Amazon. Six-pack of T5 single fixture utility shop lights, LED tube light, 4 feet, 2200 lumens, 6500 Kelvin. It's labeled as a ceiling under cabinet light. Oh, each of the cords have the cords that go to the electrical outlet have a little toggle switch to turn them on and off. But yeah, I paid $35 for those. And so that's, well, actually, I didn't pay anything for them. And if you want to know how I didn't pay anything for them, you can go watch my video on how to get free stuff. I use that method. But otherwise, I would have paid $35 for them. And $35 for 6 lights. You can't get one light that much. You can't get one light for that cheap. And so, for my tank upstairs in the living room, my 55, I'm thinking about putting maybe 3 of them side by side on it. Maybe not. To get extra lighting, and planting that one too. I've got a few plants in it, but they're really low light plants, and I wanted to put a lot more in there. And you can see in my convict tank over here, I've got 2 sponge filters in it. Again, the one in the back is the existing. The one in the front is, we'll say, cycling. You got the same little setup we got here. And have you ever wanted to kill a fish? I came close the other day with this guy. If you've been watching my videos, you know I've spent months trying to find convicts. And I got the little guy on the end that I showed you. And when I got him, I only found 2. Purchased them. And the one on the end killed the smaller one that I got him with. And I found these 2 here, the male and the female, and they were breeding in the fish store that I bought them at. They were in a 20-gallon tank, had fry in there. They were breeding. The fish store didn't have a clue what they were. They were green terrors and didn't know what a fry was. But so I brought them home, put them in this tank, and they were doing fine. And came in the other night to feed, and this little idiot here killed his female. Just overnight. They were doing fine, and overnight he decided, I don't know, he'd had enough or whatever, and killed her. And it wasn't that she got sick or anything like that. She had clear signs that he had completely destroyed her. And I don't know if it's because they were the only 2 fish in the tank. You know, I've bred over the years convicts and 20 longs left and right. And I mean, they were fine. They were getting along fine. Maybe it's because there's no substrate in here, just a bare bottom tank. I know people have bred convicts in bare bottom tanks. It could be that they're the only fish in here, in the pet store there was other fish that he was beating up on in there. So maybe that's the case. But months of searching to finally find a breeding pair, and then this idiot kills the female. And I'm pretty sure the small one in the end tank down there is a male also. So now I've got 2 male convicts. So I guess here we go again. The search continues. And I thought about, you know, well, besides killing him, you know, putting him in like a little 10-gallon tank as a solitary confinement prison type thing, you know. But then I had to remind myself, it's a fish. He wouldn't understand jail time, even though he's called a convict. But it's really frustrating, you know. I don't know if you could tell in my previous videos, I was excited to have a proven breeding pair of convicts after searching for so long. Crap, gonna overflow my bucket. Get busy talking about fish and you forget what you're doing. But yeah, it's really upsetting. And he still stays in this little cave. So I'm on the lookout for some convicts again. And I may take, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. You got suggestions? Shoot them to me in the comments. I don't know, maybe put a divider in here and put the other little convict on the other side. And, or maybe set up a 10, put him in a 10 by himself. Or, I don't know. Maybe I need to just wait till I find like 6 convicts all the same size and throw them all in together, and or throw some dither fish in this one whenever, you know, if, you know, after he's killed the female, he kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth of, you know, I'll try to put him with another one if I find another one, if I can find one an appropriate size that isn't already paired off with another male. You know, if I can pick up another male and female pair, you know, ideally that would be the thing to do. You know, I was looking, trying to see, you know, maybe they laid eggs and he was guarding the nest and killed her for the territory, guard the nest, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like it was just like a stupid convict aggression. Maybe he wanted to breed and she didn't. You know, that happens. I don't know. It's just frustrating. So, done a little piece of a water change here. I've got my bucket of clean water. Now I've got a bucket of dirty water. And I'm going to need to work on getting the plumbing down here, building up a better racking system. The concrete blocks are alright, but I think I'd rather do the wood. You know, actually build a wooden rack. Wooden racks are actually cheaper. They look better. They take up less room. I don't know, just better all the way around, I think, than the concrete blocks. The only benefit I can see to the concrete blocks is it doesn't take any skill to stack a concrete block on top of the other one, so you don't have to worry about screwing and leveling. No tools required. It's a temporary thing that you change your mind, you don't want it there, you can take it down, resize it, and all that. But now, as it stands, you know, the little convict in this tank here, I feel that I can't right now put more fire mouse in here with this tank, trying to get this tank to get a breeding pair of fire mouse. So it's kind of on hold. The convict tank down there, well, it's on hold. These guys here, I've got the 2 or 3 fry that are getting bigger, and hopefully they'll breed again. I'd like to, you know, actually put some better substrate, because as you can see, I just have a light dusting of the sand in there just to make it look like a substrate. Better decorations, better aquascaping. You know, I'm no aquascaper, like actually good or anything, but do something a little better in there. Definitely need to redo the electric down here. There's cords and stuff hanging everywhere. And that's my plan for the next few months, really, is to just tidy up down here, make it more pretty. That sounds stupid, but keep the floor swept up, and, you know, maybe make the walls look a bit better, get a heat system for down here instead of just the heaters in the tanks. The water and electrical. Oh, that's another thing. I was looking at maybe doing the heat from the house heat. And I've got this ductwork here that I guess I could put an opening right there. There's actually a main trunk right behind that. Back in here somewhere. Oh yeah, that's right. I put this in a little too far, but it was the only place that I could do it, and have a joist in the correct spot and not hit a light. So I put it there. So maybe I'll put a vent through there, maybe a vent up at the spot I showed you a moment ago. And I started putting a couple of these rocks and bricks and stuff in this in the angel tank, just as decorations, kind of to give hiding spots, because some of the sizes are quite a bit different. Those guys there, the one at the bottom is quite a bit smaller, and you know, this many angels in a 55, I don't think that they'll start throwing too much aggression right now, but at least they've got some obstacles now that they can duck in or around or try to hide. I think I lost 2 of them. No, not long after I got them. They swim around too much for me to get a good count on. I think I've got like 11 or 12 now. But I need to get some lighting over this tank as well. And who knows, maybe another 55 right here if I find a good deal. And the 29 without a heater or anything. I thought it might be warm enough to keep something in, but it looks like we're holding, well, maybe we're holding 70, 69, 70 degrees. So maybe I can look at some cool waters in here if it maintains that temperature. But if I get a heater down here, maybe not. Still got the 20 high, 20 long, but that's about it. Not a whole lot going on down here right now. Got the stuff that I've shown, and I guess that's it. We'll wrap it up. If you have comments, questions, whatever, throw them in the comment section. If you got thoughts on what I should do with little Mini here, or whatever, just let me know. And until next time, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. The notification bell lets you know if I've uploaded something. The little share button, the like button, the little thumbs down button, whatever. I just hit all those buttons up there. And we will see you next time. I keep coming back to these cribs. I like them pretty good. They haven't killed each other. Not yet. Maybe I'll look at more dwarf cichlids. Maybe some pistogrammas or something. Who knows, I may switch over to live bears or goldfish completely. We'll see, right? Well, until next time, talk to you later.